This is my third time filming this video and my camera is gonna die. So let's see if we can do this fast. Hello, my name's Seisha. Welcome to my channel. Today I'll be doing a June TBR. So let's start with the book that I'm already reading right now, which is The Iliad by Homer. I am 93 pages in, and so far I'm not loving it. Like, it's okay, but I think that I've decided that war is not for me. And this is a book about a war. And it's written in a way that's kind of hard to understand, which is understandable. It's a classic, but yeah, I'm not really vibing with it, to be honest with you. But based off of the pace that I'm reading it at right now, which is like 10 pages a day, this is going to be read long into June. So we're putting it in here. Hopefully it'll be done before June, but that's unlikely. Next up, The Odyssey. Very hopeful that I'll enjoy it more. It looks a lot more accessible than the Iliad, so I have high hopes for this. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of the Iliad, the Odyssey looks very great, so I'm excited for this one. But I'm not letting myself read it until I read the Iliad. Next up, we have Circe. I've been waiting for this book since before it even existed, so there's not a doubt in my mind that this will be a 5-star read, because this will be a 5-star read. This is a retelling of the Odyssey, I'm pretty sure, and I know that Madeline Miller, who's the author of this book, has said that you don't need to read anything before reading her books, but I think that it'd be kind of nice to go into it with a bit of background knowledge, so that's why I'm reading these two before I read this. Yeah, I'm excited. There's gonna be magic. I didn't really fully read the synopsis because I just know it's gonna be great. Next on my TBR, actually, I don't have a physical copy of it, but it is The Library of Legends by Jenny Chang. I have an audiobook of it, which I've actually already started. I listened to about an hour of it, and so far it's really nice. I like it. I think that the story is great. I'm a fan of the narrator. I think that the writing's amazing. But I think I've discovered that I'm not a fan of audiobooks. Yeah. The whole time I'm listening to it, I'm like, yeah, this is great, like it, but I wish I was reading it. So I kind of stopped listening to it. But I'm going to finish it today because I own it. I actually had 2 other audiobooks from the library, which I just returned because I decided I don't want to listen to any audiobooks. And I own 2 other ones, which I don't think I'm ever going to get to. I'll make it my goal to finish them both before the end of the year, but one of them is 28 hours long, so I don't think that's going to happen, because I don't like audiobooks. The Library of Legends is, I think, a historical fiction with elements of magical realism. It takes place in China. So far it's really great. It follows like I don't know if caravan's a word. A group of people who are relocating from one part of China to a safer part of China during a war. I just wish I was physically reading it and not listening to the audiobook. I think that I would love it so much more if I was actually reading it. But next on my TBR, I also don't have a physical copy of House of Salt and Sorrows by Aaron A. Craig. I think it's a young adult fantasy, also a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses. Not the Barbie version, I'm pretty sure, but like whatever the 12 Dancing Princesses was based off of. I think it's a Grimm fairy tale. So that is what the book's based off of, and it's like a retelling of it. So reading 2 retellings this month. Good job. House of Salt and Sorrows is another book that I'm very highly anticipating. I have really high hope for this book. The next book on my TBR is Amulet by Kazu Kibuishi. I think I definitely butchered his name, but this is a middle grade graphic novel. One of the only 2 graphic novels I own, and I've read this so many times, but I think that I kind of want to reread it this month, so I'm going to reread it. I think this is another series that I would love to finish. I'm going to reread this and maybe it'll inspire me to purchase the next books in the series. Next book in my TBR, kind of embarrassing. I'll explain why in a moment. It's Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi. I hope I pronounced her name correctly. It's a YA romance, and it's kind of fun. It's told in like a mixed, kind of a multimedia format. If I can find a page, kind of. I literally passed 86. Why didn't I stop at one of them? It's also it's told like a normal book, but there's also like a bit of like a multimedia like text element to it, you know? And yeah, the embarrassing part isn't the book itself, but it's that this is a library book that has been in my possession for over a year. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not even like it's been in a place where I couldn't find it or it was out of my sight. It's been sitting right there at the foot of my bed with a very select group of books in my room for almost a year. And I've yet to pick it up. I think what happened was I read the first 2 pages and I wasn't like immediately interested, and I put it down and never picked it up. And for some reason I never returned it. I don't know. But I'm gonna read this book this freaking month and return it to the library where it belongs. Okay? That's a promise. Next on my TBR, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, the 4th book in the Harry Potter series. I'm definitely a Harry Potter fan. I'm a little bit of a stan, if you will. But I've never read all the books, so I'm feeling that now. I know it's like, can you even call yourself a fan if you haven't read the books? But I'm reading them now. So I read the 3rd one closer to the end of April, and closer to the end of May, sorry. And I loved it. I also want to share with you guys. This is a desk cover. But it's also printed onto the actual book. Like, what the? Ooh, you're kind of killing it, aren't you? Ooh. It's kind of dusty, though. Ew. Oh, what am I? My mouth. The smell went up my freaking, down my freaking esophagus. Ew. Anyways, what was I saying? So, yeah. In terms of books, Prisoner of Azkaban is my favorite so far. I'm sure that this is going to beat it. My favorite movie is Goblet of Fire. So, yeah. What am I trying to say here? I don't really have a lot of goals because I got back into reading literally last month, after like a year or 2 years of just not reading anything. I didn't really set any like goals for the year, but I'm making a goal to finish this entire series before the end of 2020. So I think it's an accomplishable goal. I only have four books left to go. Why did I have to count that 8 times? That was embarrassing. Heyo, my carpet. Heyo, my carpet. Why do I keep saying that? Hey, my camera actually did end up dying. Okay, it's kind of getting dark now, so I'm really sorry about the lighting. The next book on my TBR is On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. I'm a huge fan of The Hate U Give, which is Angie Thomas's first novel. So my friend got this for me for my birthday, which was in October. This is a YA contemporary about, I think, an up-and-coming rapper who releases a song that goes viral, but in a bad way. My best friend got it for me, and she knows best, you know? I'm probably gonna end up loving it. Okay, so my next book, my final book on my TBR for June of 2020. I will say it's most likely I'm not even gonna get to it, let alone finish it, but we're gonna put it on the list just because if I can, I will. It is Robert Jordan's The Eye of the World, which is the first book in his series, Wheel of Time. So I actually started reading this at the beginning of May, and I really like it so far. I'm about 160 pages in, but I stopped reading it to read The Fountainhead for an essay contest, and after that book I needed a break from a lot of things, because that book took everything out of me. Everything. And I just did not want to go back to reading another long book, just because I wanted to feel, I feel sometimes like when you read one long book and then you read another one right after, it kind of feels like you need to complete something. I don't know, I feel like I needed to read a really short book. Otherwise I felt like I'd get into a reading slump, and I just gotten out of a year's long reading slump, and I didn't want that. So I just put this book down and I vowed that I'd pick it up again this month. But then as you see, I have a lot that you can't see on the floor right now, which is a mess because of all the books. I have a long TBR for this month, and that's why this is at the bottom of it. I'm in 2 different readathons, which is why this has got shoved to the back of my TBR. But if not this month, I'm definitely gonna have this finished by next month. That's my vow. So yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for watching this video. I feel like after this video is edited, I'm gonna figure out what I can do better for next time. If you have any tips or advice or suggestions, requests, let me know because I'd love to hear them so I can get better. Yeah, if you like this video, if you're interested in seeing more videos from me, feel free to subscribe. It's free. Okay, that's it. Okay, yeah, I can stop talking. Bye.